Alright, let's have a look at rectangle area by multiplication. So anytime we want to work out the area of a rectangle, it's just the height times the width. And what we mean by that is, hopefully you've already come across this before, but let's say I was to break my rectangle up into some blocks, and each of these was 1 centimeter squared, or 1 meter squared, 1 meter squared, and I wanted to work it out. Then I'm going to have 2 meters along this way, right? And then I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of them. So I can do 2 times 4, which equals 8 meters squared. So we have to work out how many meters we go across and how many meters we go down. So that's the basics of it. Height times width. You just work in how far. You just plug in your numbers and you work it out. Now, sometimes this can be a little bit trickier because sometimes we have a situation where we're not always given these units in the same amount. So I could have 7 meters times by 20 centimeters. How do I multiply them together? Because then, like, it's not like I've broken this side up into 20 different parts and then gone centimeters here. The trick is that you need to put them in the same unit, or you have to convert your meters to centimeters or your centimeters to meters. And I find it's easier to go for the biggest one. It gives you smaller numbers, makes the multiplication a little bit easier. But if you're going to end up in decimals, then probably avoid that too. So one way we can write 20 centimeters is I can actually rewrite 20 centimeters. That equals, well, there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So 20 centimeters is 20 divided by 100 in meters, which equals 0.2 meters. So then I just scratch this out here where it says 20 centimeters, and I go 0.2 meters. Now I can solve, because I've got meters, tick, by meters, I can multiply them together and I'm going to get an answer in meters squared, not in meters, centimeters. No one uses that. We only use meters squared, centimeters squared. So you've got to have this part here the same before you do it. So now I would go height times width equals, height was 7 meters times 0.2 meters, which equals 1.4 meters squared. We'll go on and do another one. Here I've got another one where we might have 7 centimeters by 30 millimeters. How would we work that out? So step 1 is to convert to the same unit. You have to do this every time. And so what I'm going to do is, I know that 30 mils is 3 centimeters. So there's 10 mil per centimeter. So I can change 30 mils over to 3 centimeters. Now I have centimeters and I've got centimeters. I'm good to go. So now I just times height times width equals 7 centimeters times 3 centimeters, which equals 21 centimeters squared. All right, we'll do one last one. Let's do a trickier one. Let's do, oh, you might as well draw one the other way as well, just to mess with the system a bit. Let's say 20 meters by 500 millimeters. So there are 10 millimeters in, there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter, and there are 100 centimeters in a meter. So if you want to convert millimeters to meters, which is what we have to do, we have to make the bottom part here the same. Then we're going to go to centimeters, so 500 millimeters would be 50 centimeters. Then we're going to go from centimeters to meters. At least that's how I do it in my head. 50 centimeters is 0.5 of a meter. Or you can, if you find it easier, you could do 500 divided by 1000. That's how we convert from millimeters to centimeters. So now that I've replaced my numbers here, come on, and I've made my units the same, 20 meters by 0.5 meters, then I do height times width equals 0.5 times 20 meters. It doesn't actually matter which way around you do that, you're still going to end up with the same answer. And 0.5 times 20 equals 10 meters squared.